Glasses would be incredibly helpful right now. It says we're live, but we have no picture yet. Hey, there's the picture.
Hello, picture.
Good morning, friends. How is everyone today? I hope everyone is doing well. I have to find a glass cleaner because my glasses are filthy and I can't see the screen. So, okay, that's Book Lover says hi.
Hey, book lover.
Good morning. How are you? And Avire says boo. And Bethany's here.
Hello.
Popstel and Mubshin and Loserbug and Tim. Patrick Loves Christmas is here. Hey, Gail's early today. Hi, Gail. How you doing? How are we doing today, Gail would like to know.
We're doing good, thanks.
It
was tough not painting this yesterday while waiting for you all, but I saved it.
You held it off. You held off
I did.
the need for painting. Claire is here. It's nighttime in my time zone, and this is my third live stream. Well, welcome Claire.
Welcome back.
Welcome here.
We are happy to say that we are still sponsored by Skillshare.
Skillshare, yeah.
So we are in, is this week 2?
Good grief. I don't know. Bethany would remember. I think this is week 2. Let me look. Is this week 2? This could be week 2.
But there are still some free subscriptions available.
Yep, we have 100 free subscriptions. Yep, this is week 2. Yeah. So you guys go on over, give Skillshare some love, and check them out and try some of their classes. For my journaling friends, look for some journaling classes. They've got some great stuff there. Let's see. Random person says good morning. Frankie Roth says good morning.
Good morning. How is everybody today?
How you guys doing? Dalton got the two San Francisco palettes in and is trying to dirty them up to make them look more used. You're so funny.
It'll happen over time.
Just use them. Ellie says good morning, actually night from Singapore.
Oh, good evening.
Dragon Fruit says hi. I didn't know Dragon Fruit could say hello, but Dragon Fruit says hi. Molly says, I love Scott.
I love you too, Molly.
Brandy B says, hi friends, one more day until our vacation. Oh,
I hope you have a wonderful time.
I love vacation. Are you going to journal while you're on vacation? Are you bringing books to read while you're on vacation? Are you doing something fun on vacation? I'm nosy. Don't mind me. Isaiah says, hey Scott, just wondering, what is your favorite band out of all of your 90s band artworks?
Out of the 90s band artworks, God, my favorite band. I'm trying to remember all of them. Let's see, it was AC/DC.
Yeah.
I don't even remember them all.
It's all starting to run together.
Yeah.
Bethany says, yes, this is week 2. Mubshin says, well done, Scott, for having the patience to not paint the lady without us.
Yeah.
Mateo says, this is my first time catching a live.
Welcome.
Welcome. Just for future reference, about 100 years ago, I dated a guy named Mateo in high school.
I'm sure that affects them so terribly.
They always like little snippets of our life. So I'm giving you a snippet.
My favorite painting, I think, was the... gosh.
I'm waiting.
I'm trying to remember his name. Man.
You're stumped yourself?
Offspring. Was it not Offspring? Green Day.
There you go.
I think that was my favorite painting. But I can't remember all of the bands.
You cannot. You're funny. You want me to go get a poster?
No.
I just got off of a huge art block like a week ago, so I've been trying to draw more lately. That's Loser Bug.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good that you're off the art block.
I traced my favorite singer, and I'm wondering if it's bad I traced her pose and face shape. That's Zubin's bass guitar.
No, not at all. Tracing is wonderful. Tracing is something a lot of the masters did. It's perfectly an absolutely normal way of making art. It's only young kids and bad teachers who will tell you that tracing is bad. But every professional traces. It's a great tool. It's just a tool. That's all it is. So don't overthink it.
Let's see. SH and Michelle Tan says, you have given me great advice. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Not Human Garbage says, salutations.
Salutations. Blow dryer.
Oh, no. Wait. Okay, go ahead. Did I mute it, guys? Did I get the right one? Let me make sure I got the right one here. Hello, Ireland.
So you'll notice that this is not taped down. So I have no idea how this is going to
you're
warp
right.
or anything. But
maybe the paper will warp, guys.
it's very thick paper. It's 600 GSM.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we could
we'll
have
see.
some Frustration Friday. Somebody said that. I think that was Book Lover. Have we heard of Dom DeLuise? Yes.
Oh, God. Dom DeLuise was the greatest. I wish I could have had a chance to meet him.
Leonardo. Scott did a video on everything he knows about watercolor, so check that out. Let's see. Hi, I'm from Vietnam, so it's nighttime.
Hello.
Oh, good. Brandy's taking their travel journal. Can't wait to draw/paint. Oh, I'm so excited for you. How exciting. Ah, I love hearing that. Oh, I love hearing that. I would love to just go. My last experience on an airplane was not great, but I would still like to go. Shiku-san, oh my God, this week is so long. I still have one more working. Got to go to school. Yes, we have school on Saturday. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Wow. Out of all the watercolor you have, what do you use the most often?
Like, what color do I use the most often? It's got to be Windsor Orange. The first color that you saw me, this yellowish color.
Mm-hmm. Is that because you do a lot of skin tones?
Yeah, I mean, it's the base for most every skin tone that I do.
Okay. I was just curious.
And I even use it for, the warmth in a sunset, or
That's true.
sunny day.
Very, very true. Let's see. Good morning from the Philippine Islands.
Good morning.
Black Sabbath. Do you like Queen? Is the sky blue? We love Queen.
I love Queen.
Hey, grilled cheese is back. Hi,
Hey,
Scott.
grilled
Would you
cheese.
like a grilled cheese?
I am not a fan of grilled cheese, but Donna is.
Dear God in heaven, I have never met a grilled cheese I didn't like. But don't make it with mayonnaise. It's got to be butter. Let's not mess with the, no. Mm-mm. Let's see. It's afternoon in South Africa.
Well,
That's Ravanya.
hello in South Africa.
Cheese doesn't love Scott.
Yeah, cheese doesn't love
Bethany,
me.
you're so funny. Are you feeling okay? You sound stuffy. Do I sound stuffy? I'm sorry. I'm a little tired this morning. Yesterday was a very busy day for me. I was running a lot of errands yesterday. Costco was one of them. Boy, howdy, can you spend a lot of money at Costco and not even really know it? Let's see. I love hearing about your guys' life. It's interesting hearing about your experiences.
Oh,
Artsman says, hey.
hello.
I always thought that tracing was fine unless you are claiming it as your own.
No, that's copying. Tracing is a technique where you project something onto a paper and you're tracing what you see. That's not the same as stealing someone's work. So that's why I've done a couple videos on it. So there's a difference between tracing and copying. So this is a photo that I am copying, but I didn't trace it. You see, so you can still copy a copyrighted work or someone else's artwork, and that's a bad thing if you claim that it's your own, but you didn't trace it. Tracing is just a technique. It's just a tool. But yeah, taking someone's work and claiming it as your own is bad. Copying someone's art is not bad. Just the claiming it as your own part is bad. So as artists, we're encouraged to copy other artists. We're encouraged to learn from other artists, to trace their work, to study it, to do everything you can to learn from it and grow from it. It's just the claiming that it's yours. That's the part where it gets bad. So just don't do that.
Ryan says, hello and good morning, all our art friends. It's the last day of classes. I'm going to sleep in hard tomorrow. Oh boy, there is no tired like teacher tired at the end of the school year. I have a hat off to you, friends.
Blow dryer.
No, wait. Go ahead. Thanks all, by the way, for reminding me that was the correct one to mute. Athena is back. How are you? And Saroja's here. Hi, Saroja. How are you? Athena and Saroja are back.
Hey, Athena and Saroja.
What is our favorite food?
I mean, there's favorite foods that we can eat and favorite foods that we really shouldn't eat. So, favorite foods that I can eat. I like, there is a barbecue place in Los Angeles that we used to go to called Wood Ranch. And I would get the tri-tip, and their salad was like my favorite thing. So that's my favorite of that. I guess technically I can eat that pizza in Venice, but probably one that I probably can't eat would be, there's a place in Miramar, Florida, where I grew up.
Oh God!
Called Antonio's Pizza, and they made the best Sicilian slices
and garlic knots.
And and so that is probably my favorite can't eat.
Yeah. I miss eggs. Scrambled eggs. I'm allergic. I love scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese and bacon, or an omelet. Oh God, an omelet would be so good. Yeah. Favorite things I can eat? I don't even know anymore. There's nothing that really thrills me that is healthy for me that I can eat anymore. I will tell you, I've been supplementing with a lot of protein lately. It's amazing the supplements that they have out there. Oh, and a good bagel. God, I love bagels. Yeah, they are such a carb load, but I love me some bagels. Let's see. Okay, here's a good question. Droll Fox asks, what's the difference between copying and referencing then?
Okay. You could say that I am doing both on this piece. Obviously, the woman's hair does not do this. So I'm referencing, but I'm also copying because my art is pretty close to what I'm looking like. I'm looking at the photo right now and I'm copying it very, very closely. But referencing could just mean like I'm going to take this arm or I'm going to take this pose. And basically, if you want to look at referencing, look at the Guild. The Guild, I referenced
The
But
pieces you
obviously, I wasn't drawing an Aarakocra or a Dragonborn or a dwarf or anything like that. I was referencing the costume, the pose, maybe the lighting, but I was changing a lot of it. That's the difference. Again, both are perfectly fine. When you see me draw Taylor Swift or Hosier or Mitski or any of these other people, I'm just copying, just flat out just copying. I'm not changing anything other than whatever like little flourishes that are in the way that I draw. But I'm not changing anything. So I am just copying a photograph. Now, if I was going to use that for a publication, I would need permission from the photographer to do that. And that's where the copyright, the copying part would be bad. Like I can't you can't copy a photograph exactly and then claim it as yours. Now I use I've referenced photographs and I've used different parts and I still try to give credit to the photographers when I could find them. Sometimes you just find a piece of art that you really like, or a photo that you really like, and you use
the
it.
photographer's not credited.
Yeah, but these are things that you just learn along the way, and you try to figure out. You try to navigate this as best as you can. Blow dryer.
Oh no, again? Okay. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, guys. I hope that answers your question. That was a good question, by the way. Well, hi back to the UAE and Lebanon and the Netherlands. Okay, hang on. Let me just... There we go.
I think at the end of the day, the best thing you could do is look at your intent. What is your intent? Are you knowingly trying to steal from somebody, or are you just using something for practice to try to get better? A lot of times, I just make art just to make art, and like this piece right here, I'm using a photo reference that I paid for. So if I wanted to sell this or something like that, I'm okay to do that.
Yeah.
But a lot of time I'm just making art just to make art. And I think if you're just making art for yourself, you're just making art to learn, don't worry about copyright. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You're just practicing. Always credit, if you can, the source. But other than that, don't let all of that other stuff stop you. Just go and draw. Go make art.
Saroja's doing good and wants to know how we're doing.
We're doing good, thank you.
Yeah, we're doing all right. It got hot here really fast.
Yeah, it went from really nice, like in the 80s, to like 97.
Yeah, it's gross and humid. So it's nasty, outside, but it's nice inside. Jamie says, been using my new sketchbook, and yesterday I learned that the angle I draw on the paper matters. My paving stones went from laying down to going into the sky.
Oh. All right, blow dryer.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. Ah, sorry. That's a good question.
All right, so I'm going to show you. So, if you can see the photo, right? Now I'm going to come in with the purples to add in all the shadows. And I still think I might come in with a little bit more Payne's or Windsor Orange to darken the skin a little more. I mean, she's got a lot of light on her, but I want to, maybe get a little bit darker
Are you going to use Winsor Violet for the shadow?
for the shadows. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Scott, people like to ask sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you recommend I use to get back into art? This is Willie Man. Should I start with pencils, watercolors, and paint, or something else?
It really depends on your skill level. If you are comfortable with your drawing, then go get into watercolors. But if you are feeling like I'm really unsure of my drawing ability, don't start worrying about color. Just draw, because your paintings are going to suffer if you can't draw.
Anne Marie is here.
Hey, Anne Marie.
Hi, baby girl. How are you? Scott, do you have a favorite brand of colored pencils?
I do. I've always used Prismacolor, but I tried Caran d'Ache, and those are great, but they're so expensive. I'm afraid to use them.
What third color did you add to her face?
I did. The first pass was Windsor Orange, then this Flame Red, and then Burnt Sienna. And then I came back over it with more Flame Red, and I might come back over it again with the Windsor Orange.
Is that another bug bite?
Oh, God, yeah.
Someone went out and mowed the lawn the other day,
Yeah, every time I mow the lawn,
and he gets bug bites.
no matter what I spray on myself, I always get bug bites all over my legs.
Yeah. I might add long pants.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. Oh, man. Let's see. How do you make the strokes so thin, and what brush are you using?
This is a number 4 brush, and you just always get ones with a very fine point. That's, as soon as that point goes away, it goes into my unusable bin.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't know if that was important or not. It is not important. There's nothing usually that hits this time of the morning. Emily tried your pencil over waterproof ink watercolor method the other day, and the watercolor filled the inky blacks. How do you combat that?
The watercolor filled the inky blacks.
Yeah.
Well, this is inky black, and it's just going to go right on top of it. It's going to fill it, if that's what you mean.
Did your ink run?
Bleed?
Yeah. Did it smear? Because your pen wasn't waterproof then. And Scott uses waterproof pens. So Emily, give me a little bit more on that. Let's see. Ryan says when you were talking about the copying stuff, that's what Shepard Fairey got in trouble with when he made the Obama Hope poster.
Really?
Apparently. Love your art so much.
He didn't
That's
get
rocking chair.
He used a photograph and.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know much about the making of that, but it felt like that poster was kind of done, almost like fan art.
Yeah.
And then it became something else. Is that am I remembering it correctly?
I don't know.
Okay, let me
Give us a little more. Caleb asks a good question. How do you give credit to the source?
Well, if you look at some of my works, like on DeviantArt especially, I would, because I was getting my references from DeviantArt, so I would link back to the artists, and they were posting free stock. So basically they're like, hey, we're posting this, so you could use this for reference, just credit the art, just credit me. And I was. And a lot of times it's that. I've been posting on Kara and Tumblr, and I'm posting some of my older pieces. So when I go back to say this is based on a photo, that link doesn't work anymore. So sometimes I'll be a photo by the photographer's name was Sarah Shett or this or that, but like I Googled and I couldn't find them anymore. Maybe they're the trans piece was a photo that I found on DeviantArt, and it was not stock, which means that it was art. It wasn't like, hey, use this for your reference. It was just someone's art. It was a very beautiful photo, but I was able to track down the photographer. They were in like Russia or something, and I asked them if it was okay if I use it and sell prints of it too, and they said absolutely fine. And then I reached back out to them again. Actually, yeah, when I made the posters and I said, can I send you something? And I never heard back from them. So some people, that's why it's better to use stock photos. It's better to pay for stock if you can, because you never know. Like that person could come back and say, well, I never gave you permission for this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and
but you did have proof that you reached out.
Yeah, of course. I did speak to them. They did give me permission. But what I'm saying is that in the case of the Gothic vampire, there was it was a photograph from Grimelda Malatesta, who does these wonderful costumes, and she posed for her, in her own costume.
She made that.
She made it. She posed it. Everything.
Yep.
And I did the painting just because. Yeah. And then everybody says, we want to see a poster of this. And I reached out to her, and fortunately, as I was able to get back to her, and I said, can I pay you for the rights to use this? And I said, I can either pay you like a fee, or I could give you a percentage. And she smartly opted for the percentage because it sold really well. Yeah. And she made like 5 times what she would have as a fee. Correct. That's the kind of things that I think are in my mind, the right things to do. To avoid having to do that, take your own photo reference or buy photo reference. Yeah. And there are resources I have under resources, under photo references. There's free, and then there's the kinds you could purchase. So for the guild, I used purchased photo reference. So I didn't need to credit them. I didn't need to do anything along those lines.
Yeah, because you bought it.
Yeah. So this still feels a little light, and so now if I go over with yellow, all of these clear kind of graphic kind of things are going to go away. But I feel like it needs to get a little bit darker. So I'm going to try this, but usually at this point is when I ruin it.
Stop. Usually at this point is when I ruin it. Oh, God.
This is really just the... I try as much as possible to portray people of color, but my level of practice is maybe 10 to 1 of painting people of color compared to painting Caucasian people. So I've got Caucasian people down really well, but I still am in a kind of a learning process when it comes to watercolors. I feel a little more comfortable with gouache.
Really?
But with watercolors, I have like I'm very confident with Caucasian people. And with people of color, I'm still a little experimenting. I still go, I think maybe a little bit this, a little bit. I haven't come up with a formula yet for people of color is what I'm saying. And that is just what it is. The more I paint them, the better I'll get at it. But it's just...
let's see.
It's like some people are better at drawing men than they are women. It's just where you put your time into it.
Oh, God. Kimiyatsu went to Vegas recently and couldn't really find a fine art museum. Everything was some kind of immersive experience.
Oh
Thoughts?
gosh.
My thought is you don't go to Vegas for
Yeah,
fine
don't go to
art.
Vegas for fine art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, New York, LA,
Yeah.
San Francisco, Denver. I don't know. Not
Yeah,
Vegas.
if you can, I mean, it's a 5 hour drive, but go to the Getty Museum
Oh, God. The Getty in
in
LA
Vegas
is.
in LA.
Yeah. They have the most beautiful.
That's where my favorite painting is.
Yeah.
Blow dryer.
Spring. Mubshin City, he never goes back and fixes paintings. He just doesn't.
So I still think the burnt sienna is bad. See how it's all blotchy over here?
Yeah. Maybe we need to just exchange it.
Well, let's
Or buy another
buy
one.
another tube. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Vanpire's Labyrinth says, I love your art, but I really love your honesty regarding things like artist block, making mistakes and being okay with it, encouraging artistic and general growth via self-compassion and curiosity. 10 out of 10.
Oh, thank you very much. I think it's just not talked about enough. And if that's one thing I could do to get people to feel a little bit more comfortable with themselves, then I am thrilled to be able to do that.
Well, social media also shows everybody's, like we've talked about, they shows everybody's highlight reel.
Yeah,
And it doesn't show the struggle of what goes on behind the scenes.
yeah.
And the years and years of practice. Okay, there's a couple of people who've asked, what's the best way to practice anatomy and how do they get better at art? How do they get better at art?
There is a playlist of 1 minute figure drawing, and that was the thing that helped me the most, got me really good with anatomy and my proportions and everything, was these little 1 minute figure drawing. If you can do that, I absolutely would suggest that.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10
Blow
out of
dryer.
10. Well, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Awesome Bear, it is not bad if you don't make art every day. You make art when you want to make art. And Thubin, we find stencils everywhere.
Yeah, I put some that seem similar on
In the
under
resources.
resources, but yeah, for the most part, it is just stuff you kind of find here and there.
Ricky says, how do you recommend getting better at drawing? I'm seriously struggling for the exact reason I want to paint, but I'm just a terrible drawer, so I struggle to paint as a result.
If you just want to paint and you're struggling with drawing, just try tracing for now, just so you can get something down that you feel confident with and practice your painting. Drawing is just practice. You gotta start drawing what you see, not out of your head. Draw what you see. There's a playlist I did of draw everything every day. Follow along with that. Get used to drawing what you see. But if
Take
you
a
just
sketchbook everywhere.
yeah, but if you just want to paint right now, there's nothing wrong with that. Trace something, get it down, and then have fun painting. Sometimes people get stuck where they can't get to the painting part because they're not happy with their drawing. Don't let that stop you. Right.
Is the Hemi gouache worth it? This person normally does digital, but they want to try painting again.
Yeah, Hemi gouache I wouldn't recommend professionally, but Hemi gouache is a great deal for $25. You get all of those the gouache, and it works. I would say maybe 80% like regular gouache. It's really close to regular gouache, and I think it'll be a good way for you to kind of just try it out and see.
Rocking Chair says, Scott, I'm currently practicing for our art competition. Do you have any tips or advice? Love from the Philippines.
Oh, Practicing for your art competition. Uh, you know, I haven't done an art competition in I don't know how
40
long,
years?
but yeah. But I would say maybe something that might really help would be to get some inspiration from a master, whether it would be an impressionist or Art Nouveau or something like that, and add that to rather than. I'm thinking if you're in high school, chances are everybody's just going to be copying a photo. So maybe try adding something that is unique, something that shows that you have a love for art other than just. Um, at your age, everybody thinks that rendering something to look realistic is the pinnacle of art, and it's not. That's the start of art. So maybe try that. Try getting some influence from Monet or Van Gogh or Picasso or something.
Yeah. Timothy, the best way to do that is how Bethany put it in the Scott's My Art is a Mosaic. That will show you how he came about his art style. I love your art. Like whenever you say, "Oh, it's just a doodle," and then you show us a masterpiece. You guys are so funny.
Yeah, I wish I wish I could agree with you that these are masterpieces, but these are really just us playing around during a live.
Yeah. Ryan says, "I often tell students the best reference photo are the ones you take yourself."
Yeah. I used to, take all of my own
Copy.
photo reference because we didn't have the
You did.
internet. We didn't have.
Used to tear them out of magazines
Yeah,
too.
we had a swap file of stuff we would get from magazines, but yeah, it's
God knows you've taken thousands of pictures of
yeah.
me. How do you keep track of which photographer did what reference? He doesn't.
I keep my reference, and I could just do a reverse Google image search if I needed to. But for the most part, like I said, I don't reference if I'm doing a something from a movie. I don't cite my references when I'm doing because it's from a movie. But hold on, I have to zoom out for.
You want me to zoom out?
Yeah, because I'm going to be doing.
Where'd it go? Here we go. Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I will zoom out. There it is. You can see it better now.
Okay. But yeah, I mean.
Guys, this is so much bigger than a bookmark size. I'm just telling you. It's 20 inches long. So.
Here's a bookmark.
Yeah, it's it's way bigger than that.
But you don't have volumes and volumes of art that you have to go through and look. You're still, I'm assuming, young and just starting the stuff out now. So just start keeping track of your references.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your past stuff for now. Just for now, if you're going to use a reference and copy it exactly. Look, if you are going to use someone's hand from a photo or a face from one thing, then you don't need to worry about citing your references. It's only if you're copying the whole thing exactly as it stands. That's really pretty much it.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
So Dana Mercury's joined us this morning.
Hey, Dana Mercury.
Hello, friend. We miss you.
So I went to a bigger brush here.
Bethany had a great comment. She says, highly recommend a Skillshare course so you can all learn to take your own reference photos. Scott actually took a Skillshare course on photography. And that is a fantastic idea. How to use your camera, how to use your, I don't even know what the settings are, aperture and
f-stops.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then you can take your own photos. And we've got the link in the bio, and you guys can try it free for a month from Skillshare. So give that a whirl. But that's a great idea, Bethany. I know Bethany's got, okay, story. So Bethany went with us to Venice a couple years ago, and this girl has the heaviest, biggest camera lens I've ever seen in my life. And I can honestly tell you that I know how heavy it is because I carried her bag for a little while. I mean, but she took the most amazing photos. Like, she got up at 6 a.m. one morning and took sunrise photos over the canals in Venice. And she's going to paint some of these pictures. And I'm telling you, like, the being able to do that and take your own photo reference, like, oh my gosh, like, chef's kiss.
Oh, I forgot to say. So my friend Steven, I met with my friend Steven yesterday, and he's the one that Donna's always mentioning that does the miniature painting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he offered to come over and do a live where he shows you guys how to paint miniature figures, if that's something that you guys would like.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how cool is that?
It would be on a Saturday because, he has a job. But
of course it would be. That would be super fun. I wouldn't be able to see anything because they're miniatures and my eyes are really bad. So we'd have to, like, figure out how to zoom in really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Let us know if you are interested in that, guys. Okay, so 2 questions. 1, how do you get better at accurately placing your shadows and highlights? And the follow-up to that I'm going to add on is, how do you pick the colors?
Getting better at it is, of course, observing. You're not picking them. You're looking at a photo and you're seeing that. Once you've done that for a while, you start to understand why it's doing that, and then you can start creating the stuff on your own. But for the most part, what you're seeing here is me looking at the photographs and seeing where the shadows are in the photograph. Now, these shadows are based on what my knowledge of three-dimensional objects are, and so I'm giving that volume, giving the hair volume based on all of that practice by looking at photographs. So keep looking at photographs with good lighting and copy them and get used to feeling the form of how something is shaped. Try drawing very simple things, spheres and cubes and, stuff like that. And then what was the other one? The colors?
How do you choose the colors?
The colors, I just like cool colors. You don't, that's just me personally. I like cool colors, which is why I use Windsor Violet. But that's a stylistic thing. There's no right or wrong. You can use red for a shadow. You can use green for a shadow. And that will give you a specific stylistic look. Stay away from black. Black just muddies everything. So, pick a blue or a purple is usually a good choice. It just cools things down.
Is it more stylistic that way too with the blue?
It is. But if you remember, I did purples and then I added reds over them. So, because I warmed up the shadows a little bit. And so you just think of it as warms and cools.
Okay. Raj, yes, Scott does use Micron pens, but only for like the background, for things he wants to be far away.
Yeah, for the stencil in the background was.
So I'm going to piggyback on something that you just said, because I know people are going to ask, what do you said good photo reference. What do you look for when you're looking for good photo reference?
I said good I said photo reference with good lighting.
Right, but what does that mean?
Lighting that is good.
How do you determine good lighting? I know because I live with you and I've looked at a million things, and I look at something now and I go, that's got great lighting. I know you'd love to paint it.
Good lighting is different to different people. If you're a model, good lighting means there are no shadows. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Because
no. If you're 54, good lighting means you don't see my wrinkles.
Okay. Good modeling, good lighting for a model means there's no shadows because that makes you look not sexy. Good lighting for cinema is shadows. You know, it's really just you're looking at. Again, if you look at this photo, the lighting is coming from the right and it's hitting this way.
And
so
it's a top down.
You could see, you know, it's kind of hitting more like this.
What is it about that lighting specifically? Just give an example. Like, what is it about this lighting that
It gives it volume. Otherwise, it's
flat.
Yeah, I'll look up a.
Okay. Can I use someone's art as reference?
Yes. Just credit them if you're copying it really, really heavily.
Yeah. Oh, good. Everybody's liking the advice today. Scott has drawn anime before. We don't currently watch any anime. He buys the Winsor & Newton paints from either Blick or our local art store Plaza when we feel like getting out of the Hobbit hole and going for a drive.
Okay, this is just the one that I can find. But you see this? How there's virtually no shadows? Mm-hmm. It's very, very bland.
It's flat.
These are very bland, so that way they're more designy.
Mm-hmm. Like graphic design.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. Is that helpful, guys? I hope that when I ask extra questions, I want it to be helpful for you because I see a lot of the stuff that you're asking. So let me know if that's helpful. 3D print man messed up really bad on a painting. What do I do?
Oh, God. There's a video on how to fix your mistakes. Look at that.
Yeah. I guess it also depends on what medium you're doing it in. River says, hello.
Hello.
I love using gouache / acrylic, particularly the pre-made color palettes. I'm struggling to not make the colors overly saturated or off from the reference. How do you fix color matching?
Well, I try not to match the colors identically, me personally, because I'm trying to get away from it being exactly like a photograph. But if that's your goal, is to make it look exactly like the photograph, you're gonna have to mix and match your colors as best as you can. It's really just practice is the best thing. You know, you're going to say, okay, I need it to look just like this, and sometimes you can do a little swatch of it and hold it up to that little piece and see if it matches. Things like that. But I try to not, because there's got to be the art of it, and you know, there's no pinks in the noses of the pictures that I'm seeing. There's no purples in the shadows of the pictures that I'm copying.
But those are your touches.
Those are my touches, and I think that's. But if you are trying to color match, you are going to have to be very meticulous in holding up the piece after the paint is dried, or, you know, like a sample of the paint, and doing that, because it is going to change color once it's dry.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Tanmay has a very demotivating design teacher, which is making me lose interest in art. How do you think I should deal with this? And our wonderful
look at the Mitski video.
But our wonderful mods have all said, just give them what they want and move on.
Yeah, that's what's in the Mitski video. Look at the video. It's a short from maybe 2 weeks ago. I did a portrait of Mitski, and I talked about demotivating or just downright mean art teachers, and hopefully that helps. But your time with that teacher is nothing compared to your time with your art. You're going to be making art for the rest of your life, hopefully, and this is just a little blip. Give them what they want and move on. You don't have to do the art that makes you happy in school. Just like you don't have to, you're not getting to make art in math class. You don't get to make art in English. Just consider this another class that you don't get to do the art you want. And just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You're going to have to do that the whole rest of your life, and it's good practice for that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do things at a job that you don't want to do because, and even if you're an artist, like Scott has to paint things sometimes that he doesn't want to paint.
Yeah.
And he has to do it exactly the way they want it because he's getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
It happens with everything.
Yeah.
So it's good practice to take your passion that you have for something and do that on your own time.
And to always remember that you have your own personal time that you can do the things that make you happy. Don't get upset that you can. Because I know how frustrating it is because you're like, it's art class, I get to make art. Finally something I want to do, and then your teacher just makes it miserable. I totally get that, but sometimes you get lucky and you get a really cool teacher, and sometimes you don't, and you just drew the short straw here.
Yeah. Lily Girl asks, do any of you know how to deal with parents who think art isn't a real profession? I want to be an author, but I'm sure my parents will disapprove.
Oh, you're in the right place because so many of the people here have parents who don't want them to be an artist, who tell them they're not allowed to do it. And I feel so bad because I was very fortunate to have parents who encouraged it and supported me. But there are a lot of people here, and really the advice that I usually give is, first of all, be honest with your parents. At least you never know. Your parents might surprise you.
Yep.
And then secondly, if they are completely against it, then just remember that your time in school is just a little blip. And you are not going to lose anything by going away to college and studying something else that's not art, and then taking art on the side or as a minor or whatever. You're not going to lose anything. You didn't miss out on any great education that only artists get. A lot of my friends who are amazing artists didn't go to art school. One of my friends went to nursing school.
Oh,
he's one of the best
comic book
artists in the industry now. And his parents just said, no, art isn't a career, and so they've made him go to nursing school. And then when he graduated, he went and he took up comic book art. And his parents didn't approve, and this and that. As well, he's an adult. They can't do anything now.
Yeah.
And now he's, like I said, one of the most famous comic book artists out there. So just remember, it's not the end of the world, but give your parents at least a chance to do that. Now, the other thing, and this is something speaking as a parent, it's one thing to have your kid come to you and say, I want to do this. It's another thing to see your child really want to do it. Like one of our boys absolutely loved trains. Just loved trains so much. And he, while he was in high school, would want to go and watch the trains, would want to go and learn about trains, and we got him like a little volunteer thing at the local train museum, and he would learn everything he can about it. So by the time he went to go to college, and he said, I want to go to college and study about trains, we knew because we saw that continued interest. So if you want to show your parents show them your writing. Show them that this is something that you're serious about and that it's something that you're obsessed with and that you want to make your entire life about this. But you have to show them your writing. You have to show them that you're doing this, that you're eating, drinking, and sleeping.
Dedicated.
This, So that, from a parent's point of view, I think will go a long way, where they kind of look at you and they're like, yeah, there's no way this, we can say no to this, because look at how good their writing is. Look at how obsessed they are. Look at how, they're reading and they're this and that hopefully will help you.
Bethany says, I'm in my 40s and my parents still don't get it. I do it anyways. Which makes no sense to me, because your paintings are phenomenal. I don't understand how they don't get it, but you got to understand
being an artist is not an easy life.
It's not.
And your parents want the best for you.
That's the thing. Your parents want you to be able to support yourself and take care of yourself, and they want you to be okay, and they don't think that will provide you with the life that they want for you.
I think to them it's the same thing as saying, I want to be a professional video game player. It's like, you can't make a career of that, It's like, but there's people who are like, watch me, and then they do it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do this, you have to show them that you're serious.
Yeah.
I like this purple on the blue.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. Aussie Crafter sent you a tip.
Oh, thank you. Wait, Aussie Crafter. Wait. I think I know Aussie Crafter. I think we're doing the book. Is it the same Aussie Crafter? We're in we're doing the book thing together, aren't we?
You're funny. What?
It's hard when I can't see. You know how you remember people by their profile pictures and stuff.
Yes.
Like it's like that's.
See, it's different for me. The profile pictures are so small and my eyes are so bad that I have to remember the names.
Oh, I remember people by their profile pictures, and so sometimes I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I'm in a Discord with Aussie Crafter. And
I have to go to the P.O. box and grab that, don't I?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
I have one more layer of purple.
Yay for no wrinkles. God, I wish we could paint our wrinkles away.
Just walk around with a spotlight in front of you.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Do we have an opinion on black wing pencils? I love them and Scott hates them.
Yeah, I did a video on black wing pencils.
He did. He was very disillusioned. Let's see.
So I'm going to add a third layer of color.
I am struggling with getting a larger variety of colors, but when I mix them, they end up really muddy. Any suggestions? Love the art so far.
Oh, thank you. I tend to not mix my colors. I like them straight out of the tube, and I like to dry them before I put on the next level. So maybe try that. Let the paint dry before you come over it with another color.
That's why he uses the blow dryer. Do you have a video on hair by chance? Oh my God,
I've got
so many videos.
I've got 3 shorts. I don't have any videos, but I got 3 shorts on hair.
And the entire hair journal that he did.
Yeah.
Lily Girl says, I love this community. Aw. Scott does not teach art in a professional sense.
No. I'm not a teacher.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of an encourager.
I can't believe you know the Frank Cho. That's so cool. That's so funny.
That's funny because I didn't even mention him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Frank. I met Frank before he was doing the...
we met Frank before he was Frank.
Yeah, he was doing Liberty Meadows and I was doing Spider-Man. And so it was, I'm very happy for his career.
Tan May says, thank you, Scott and Donna, for your advice. I guess it was my fault for going into design class expecting the same art I do at home.
Yeah.
I love your positive thinking.
Okay.
All right.
But
so
yeah, I would say you never know what you're going to get with a class. So you just kind of have to.
Yeah. Haywa wants to know the white pen you use for the outline.
It's called a Uniball Signo, and it is very hit
They're
and miss.
temperamental.
Yeah, they're great when they work, and they're not so great when they don't.
They are very temperamental, so you got to be careful with those. Have you ever done a one color painting?
Um,
I don't
no,
know.
not a painting. Drawing is but no.
Hey, Ellen's here.
Hey, Ellen.
Hi, friend. How are you?
Ellen's a New Yorker.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't.
She's got that thick accent
But you
and everything.
probably shouldn't say where people are, honey.
I didn't give away her address.
I'm just saying. Some people don't want other people to know. She says, miss you all. Cross-country moves are no joke, but I'll be back on schedule next week.
Oh.
Aw. Well, it was nice to see you. Bethany says, Scott doesn't teach art, but there are amazing people over at Skillshare that do teach. Check them out.
Thank you, Bethany.
And Bethany's got the link in for Skillshare there, and we are grateful to them for those classes that they're offering you guys for 1 month free. So give them a shot. I really was impressed with the bullet journaling class. I know I keep saying that, but I really wasn't. It takes a lot to impress me. I'm old.
You're a very tough critic.
No, if there's a book I don't like, what do? I close the book and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Life's too short.
You complain about it.
Of course I complain about it. No, I do not. I complain about how bad it is and then I put it down and I'm disappointed because I don't want to put the book down, but I have to complain that it's awful the whole time. Like, why would you write this? It's just making me not want to read it. There's something to be said for that. It's cathartic. Anyway. Let's see. Troy says, watching this to calm down because I'm waiting for an email from a high school theater program about a small part in The Crucible.
Oh.
I'm in middle school, so this would be great. That's huge.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hope you get it. Book Lover says, you guys are the only people I watch lives of. It's just always a little happy, safe place where everyone loves everyone. I absolutely love it. Aw. You're so sweet.
All right, I'm picking the background color.
Oh, no. He's over by the inks, guys. You know what that means. That means he's going to shake the bottle over the top of the painting. I'm just giving you a heads up right now. Everybody who's got a little PTSD, just take a breath. Ava says, thank you so much for the Skillshare opportunity. I'll definitely be using it to learn more about photography. See, I think that's a great idea that Bethany had. I love that idea. Good for
class
you.
Was pretty good.
Yeah. How do you stop paint from bleeding together when you finish a painting and accidentally drop water on it?
You don't. You dab it up and then you got to go back and try to match the colors again, but it's a real pain to do that.
Yeah. Stefner says, covering my eyes. Let me know when I can look. Here's your visual. He is standing, arms crossed, in front of the painting. Oh, no.
You mean
No.
this orange?
No. Put that
There's
down.
hardly any left. I wonder where it all went.
It's on the floor and the desk. And the whole, and probably the ceiling, too. Ugh. We're never buying that orange again.
All right, I'm going to pick orange and cherry red for the two colors.
Oh, God. And what are those exactly, please?
Those are concentrated watercolors.
Concentrated watercolors. So are we getting another little tiny palette to put those in?
Yep.
Mushroom Girl said, hello, I had a panic attack today and some teacher told my whole school.
Oh, gosh.
What the heck? Teachers are supposed to be a safe place.
Some teachers are bullies.
Okay, well, they shouldn't be teachers then. That is not acceptable. You need to be a safe place for your students, especially for something like that. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Panic attacks are no joke. Not the orange, not the orange. You're freaking everybody out. How do you keep your brushes from not messing up? What does that mean? What does messing up mean?
Do you mean like when I'm painting and not going over a line or something? Well, that's what they do. I go over. I mess up all the time. I mean, they're constantly going over the lines, and I just kind of run with it because it's watercolors.
All right. I do not do lives. I've done a couple of lives on journaling, but I don't typically go live. I have made 124 quote videos. You can find all of those.
Yeah, she's been doing some really nice quotes. The one yesterday with Helen Keller was really nice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that one made me think of you. I just trying to make the world a better place through kindness. Dalton says, please don't spill it like last time.
It was 2 years ago, people. Get over it.
Yeah, you freaked everybody out when the paint went everywhere. Everybody's like just...
Yeah, everybody makes it seem like I hurt them. I was the one who had to fix it.
No. You scarred everybody. That's what you did. You fixed it very well. We were pleasantly surprised that you were able to pull that one out because we didn't think that was going to happen, but it really was traumatizing for quite a few of us. What video did the orange go boom in? That was the hair journal piece, and it was what day was it? 4?
No, I think it was
6.
6.
Yeah. Steph Nerd put the link in for those asking about the ink.
Got it bookmarked.
Yeah, she probably does have it bookmarked. Gail says, I'm watching PTSD happen in real time in the chat. Oh, man. It's true, right?
Okay, well, for the record, this is watercolor, so it's easy to get out.
Steph Nerd says, that is not how trauma works, Scott. Sienna says, it's called PTSD, Scott. All of us never saw orange in the same light again. Anne Marie says, I don't care if it happened 2 years ago, 10 years ago, or yesterday. We've been scarred. I love you guys.
I know, but
so
it's like you guys witnessed me getting punched in the face, and now you guys are all upset that I'm going to get punched in the face again, and you're mad at me for hoping that I don't get punched in the face again. It's like, hold on a second, I was the one who got punched in the face.
Yeah, but if you were actually even remotely scarred by any stretch of the imagination, you wouldn't shake the stupid bottle over the stupid painting.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how that works,
wasn't
buddy.
that big of a deal.
Oh, to you it wasn't. To about 400 people sitting right here, they all understand that this was very
watched me
traumatic.
get punched in the face.
Honey, I can punch you in the face if that would make you feel better.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to scar Steph Nerd.
She's already been scarred, hun. Rennie says, with the teacher shortage, only a teacher threatening to hurt a student would be grounds for firing. And boy, do I have a story with that. Oh, no. Oh, good grief. That's not good. I don't like to hear that. Sir, should I take art for 9th and 10th? Please tell me.
If art is something that you really want to do. So there's a video under videos, not shorts. There's a video on should I make art a career? Watch that. It compares art to video games. And that's what I would look at. Tell me what you think.
What's your favorite piece that you have ever made?
It changes on a day-to-day basis. Today I'll say it's the Gothic Vampire.
He's rotating. Let's see. What's your favorite video game or book?
Favorite book is The Hobbit. Favorite video game is probably Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Lula from the Tea Foundry says, therapists everywhere years from now. So why do you think you have such an aversion to the color orange? Patience. Well, I used to watch this artist on YouTube. That was great, Lula. I love that one. That was great. It doesn't feel like it was 2 years ago. It feels like yesterday.
Okay, time for some more. Don't want to spill it.
Stop it! What is wrong with you? I'm going to throw out all of the concentrated watercolors. I'm going to throw them all out.
It was ink last time.
Coral Create says, you gave us all PTSD and then you go waving it around the camera expecting us not to freak out. That's correct. What is the pen you recommend? I love watching your videos and they make me happy, so I want to try it myself. Oh, Mr. Mustard, I'm excited for you. The pen, I have several pens, but the pen I use in the videos is it's a Leonardo Memento Zero pen, and I can post a picture of it and I can post a link to it in my community channel if that's helpful. But I got it from Gold Spot Pens. I tag them in all my videos. And yeah, it's a very wide nibbed pen. Fountain pens have different thicknesses of the nib. They come in an extra fine all the way up to a super chunky, which is the one I'm using now is a 1.5 millimeter nib. It's a very wide nib. I love a thick line to write with, and so that is that. And the ink that I use is Noodler's Nightshade. And but I'll post it in the I'll post it on the my community channel, so you guys can have a link there. So, but thank you. I'm glad you like the videos. Let's see. Stupid ink over the stupid painting. You guys are so funny. Let's see.
This is a pretty color orange, though.
Actually, it is. And I'm not minding it so much with the purple hair.
Yeah.
I'm not minding it. Stephanie says, Scott, I don't even shake my own food paint over the glazing anymore. They are shaken in the sink now. That was funny. You've scarred her for life. Look what you did. Do you watch any of the Ghibli movies?
No, I never really got into them. The designs of some of the characters scare me.
Okay, several people want me to punch you. And Bethany says, experiment time. Punch Scott and see if we get PTSD from it. You guys are hysterical. Oh my God. Oh no, nobody should be touching your sketchbook. Scott does not touch anything on my desk. Oh God. Flying fist incoming. You guys are funny. Oh. I don't know if he's drawn the Witch King. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. Let me ask him. He's drawn so many things I can't keep track, but for some reason he remembers. Yeah, you guys are so funny. Aw. Sean's Septic Eye says, your work has been so inspiring for me. Doing art as A level and GCSEs kind of took my love away from art, but you've really brought it back through your videos. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Have you ever done abstract art?
Not intentionally.
Sora says, all of us at the therapist's office doing the ink blot test, and there's an orange one, and we all start having war flashbacks. LOL. You guys are just having way too much fun with this morning. I like art and chicken says, hey, Scott, I love your artwork, and it's a big inspiration for me. I just finished a school year that I was having trouble with, and you always calm me down when I was having a bad day.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Stinky Feral Rat says, The Hobbit is so inspiring. Has Scott ever drawn the Witch King of Angmar from Lord of the Rings? I can't remember.
No. I have not. I just posted a painting of Aragorn, but you know.
I am now getting little punch emojis that people want me to punch you. little boxing gloves. Oh God! Best colored pencil under $5. Don't
like
know.
A single colored pencil would be Prismacolor.
Yeah. We may, and I say this may, be getting a set of colored pencils that is that for Scott to try.
Did they agree yet or no?
We've been going back and forth over email on what they think is an acceptable. Like if we use colored pencils on a 90-minute live, hello people, you're not paying me. Anyway, because we know you guys have been asking a lot about colored pencils, but it's a brand new set of colored pencils and it's really reasonably priced. They haven't launched yet and they're going to hopefully send us a set, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. But hopefully keep your fingers crossed that we'll get the set and we'll be able to talk about it because it's supposed to be a really good price. So Sarah says, have you done abstract art? Not intentionally. Laughing emoji, quote of the year. Oh. And thank you, Mr. Mustard. You're very sweet. I appreciate that. They like my videos.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like your videos too.
Yeah. You've been super supportive and you've been reposting them and I really appreciate how sweet you are. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Mimi says, whenever I have the watercolor paper attached, I put watercolor on it and it always curls. But what type of watercolor paper should I buy? Attached to what?
Yeah.
Like, are you taping it down? Is it on a block? Give us a little bit more, Mimi.
But I mean,
It should
my
be.
favorite watercolor paper is the Be Creative Sketchbook. If you want to try that, that's, in my opinion, the best.
Yeah. And it really doesn't warp at all.
And not a lot, no.
Yeah. I think you should mention too, you don't use a ton of water.
No.
And some people might use more water than you
Yeah,
do. Some people,
some people wet their paper first.
I saw that.
That's a
Yeah.
technique, you know, but
Yeah.
you really need to tape your paper down if you're going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Destiny Simply Me says, agree, this is a nice safe space to hear human voices and recenter.
Yeah.
Slap him like Chris Rock. You guys are so funny. I did not know Scott streamed. He does. Mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. Lord of the Rings is my favorite book, and I'm painting Aragorn while listening to the live.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. There's a lot of people that are painting and using this to body double, and I love that. We've done that a few times on our Discord, and it's been very helpful to get stuff done. That whole body doubling thing really does work.
I'm not sold on this red, but I'm committed to it now.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it either. Maybe you could lighten it up with something else. Scott, you helped me out so much with my art. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh no, I had a really nice sketch yesterday. Then my ink from my dip pen dripped. I died inside. That's Rennie. Ugh, I'm sorry.
I still remember my first semester of college, and we had this teacher, and they were talking about, I forget what they were talking about, but they were saying that they were working with an ink pen. I think it was calligraphy maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
And they finished the whole piece, and then they went perfect. And he did that with his hands, and it just went flat all over his piece.
No.
And for some reason, this was
40 years ago.
40 years ago, and I still remember that story.
Oh, God.
And how he had to start all over.
That hurts.
So when you're done, don't go perfect.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do anything. Just stay away from the piece when you're done. Do you have any advice on drawing buildings?
There's a video I did short on perspective. And I kind of talk about that. See if that helps.
Yeah.
But I basically break everything down into Legos.
Yeah. Have you ever finished a really good painting and then dropped it while it's wet? Because that happened to me and I'm still recovering.
No, because I don't work in a medium that stays wet.
Really? Because you've left your sketchbook open on my dashboard more times than I can count.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not
Drippy wet.
drippy wet. It's not like
Yeah.
Bethany's oils wet.
Oh, God. I still don't know how she does that with the oils and how they stay wet for that long. She's amazing to me because that's just that would be a lot. Oh, Stinky Feral Art says, oh, thanks. I also want to tell you that your Lord of the Rings paintings with the audiobooks read in the background are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That's
I
great.
took them down at one point and people complained, so I was like, okay, I just didn't know anybody was still listening to those, but they do.
Yeah. How do you start drawing the hair? And no, this piece does not have a name.
How do I
Start drawing the hair.
knowing that it doesn't have a name?
No. They asked if this piece has a name, and then the question below that was, how do you start drawing
Okay,
hair?
honey, you gotta, okay.
Sorry. I ran everything together there.
How do
Sorry.
I start drawing the hair? I don't know exactly, but I mean, if you want to watch Wednesday's live, you can watch me draw it. But essentially, the photo, her hair was about that, and I I look at the hair as like ribbons, and so I'm kind of working along those lines, like it's like a big ribbon.
Scott prefers cold pressed paper, but not super bumpy cold pressed paper. It's got to be just right. He's like the Goldilocks from the Three Bears. This is too bumpy. This is too smooth. This one is just right.
And then Donna comes in and punches me.
If you're lucky, I come in and punch you.
Yeah, this red really.
See, Scott, that's the same thing with us and the orange. You're so funny. None of my friends do art or paint anything, so I use Scott's streams now. Oh, you're so funny. You know, you don't have to do like art with your friends. You can read a book with your friends. You can, journal with your friends, Donna, how many allergies do you have? It'd be easier to tell you what I wasn't allergic to. And from an environmental standpoint, it would be easier to tell you what I'm not allergic to. So, a whole lot of things. Grass is my worst one. And mold. Every kind of bloody mold. Yeah. And when you live somewhere where it rains a lot, it's not fun. Let's see.
So, I mean, I had to pick a color or two colors, and I chose wisely on one and not wisely on the other.
You have chosen unwisely. Let's see. Favorite movie / TV show right now?
Favorite movie is The Princess Bride. Favorite TV show is The West Wing.
Let's see. Favorite movie presently? The Idea of You. And I don't watch TV anymore. I just don't. We need to start watching The West Wing, though. It's an election year.
Yeah.
We need to get back into that. I know it's like 100 years old, but it's like the best show. Let's see. Let's see. I want to start a comic. Any advice?
Yes, write it first. Don't just jump in with the art. I did that before.
Been there, done that. Scott has tried oil pastels. What do you think of them?
I did not enjoy them. I made a couple videos on it.
Yeah. Bethany says, it's why I have 18 canvases going. I bounce to others while canvases are drying. Don't you mean 19? I thought there were 19. I remember counting 19. Oh no. Mubshin City. Fun fact. I was shaking a small bottle of purple pigment ink and it exploded all over my mom's silk gray sofa covers, even though I had it covered.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. That just hurts. What is your and Donna's favorite sour and sweet snack?
My favorite sweet one is Swedish fish in gummy Coke bottles. Favorites? Sour Patch Kids are not bad.
I don't like sour. So I'll go with salty potato chips. And sweet, I love chocolate. Anything chocolate. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, chocolate with caramel, chocolate with mint, chocolate with almonds. Doesn't really matter. But I don't like the hard caramels. I like the soft caramels. Like, yeah. Where do you usually find your photos? Isn't there a video on that?
There is a link on my website under resources for all my photo reference.
Yeah, there you go. Hopefully that'll help. Not many friends read or do journaling, so that sucks.
Video games.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, no, they were talking about, I was saying that,
Yeah.
you know, they could do paint while their friends, you
Yeah.
know, do something else. I don't know. I either grab a book when Scott and I are going somewhere, or I grab my journal. That's what I do. It's actually kind of nice, you know? We don't really have to talk. We can just kind of hang out and do our own thing, and it's kind of neato. I mean, we do talk, but, you know, still. What's your favorite book?
The Hobbit.
Mine's Pride and Prejudice. Or really most Jane Austen novels.
All right, I'm just going to
Pick
take a
one.
quick look at this.
Favorite,
I guess I could make it work.
favorite comic.
Well, when I was a kid, it was Spider-Man, but I got rid of all my Spider-Mans. I gave a bunch of them to my son, but I own every issue of Conan,
Yeah.
so I think that would have to be my favorite.
Oh, I'm allergic to eggs as well. And yeah, dairy is not good. I'm sorry. It's very hard in life when you have all those allergies. I don't think people get how difficult it is to go through life with allergies like that.
It's not easy being green.
It's not. I was just thinking that same thing. Oh, I love painting, but I hate cleaning up the messes. Well, you could just be like Scott.
I never clean up the
Doesn't
messes.
clean anything. Yeah. He's very, very good on the barbecue, though. I'll tell you that much.
How did you get from cleaning up art
Because I was
messes?
trying to find something that you did good, and cleaning wasn't it. I was trying to throw you a bone. So I went, find something, brain, really quickly that he's good at, so I don't sound like a schmuck because I'm telling everybody he doesn't clean. So I found something good. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Chocolate is life, says Gail. You are not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. Do you have a collection of weird random things? Mine is dried acrylic paint. I peel it off my palette.
That's funny.
Oh,
I wouldn't call them weird. I have like a small collection of old coins, but I wouldn't really. I have old cameras.
what about your collection of teeny tiny pencils in that little thing there on your drawing table? Let's see. Don't know, but the background is giving Hawaiian dad shirt vibes.
Yeah, it's just really went out of control, didn't it?
Mushroom Girl found a sketchbook, got a little vanilla candle going, and is going to get tea. For a moment, everything was right. Oh, God, that sounds so lovely. That sounds so lovely. Ugh, so lovely. Now you're making me want to light a candle. And if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go?
The future.
Anywhere in the world. Stop. See what I live with, you guys? There's parameters, dude. Come on.
I think I'd like to go back to Italy.
Mm-hmm. As long as we got to go to Florence. If you could write any comic, what would you write?
Spider-Man.
Sarah says, haha, Donna threw Scott a bone. He better put it on the grill. Do you have any Funko Pops?
No, Donna has one.
No, I have 3.
You have 3?
I do. I have 3. A friend sent me 2 of them. It is Winnie the Pooh and Piglet for Christmas,
Oh, okay.
which are just ridiculously adorable. And I bought one that is a looks like a bobbleheaded snow trooper. Because our son used to cosplay as a snow trooper, and he always looked like a bobblehead because his helmet was so big. And so I bought it, and I went, I gotta get it because it reminds me of you. Many eye rolls later. There you go. Let's see. Scott, would you recommend concentrated watercolor for beginners?
No. It's really not good for doing portraits or anything like that. It seems to be really just good for like this kind of stuff. Very
Pops of
spot,
color?
very saturated little bits. Is it 10:30? Okay.
It is indeed. And you are
Okay.
still going. I guess we're finishing that this weekend because it doesn't look like there's that much left. But
Yeah, and I might wind up going over the background again with this red is a little too much.
is anyone here surprised about that? I am not. Let's see. Dark chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate. Have you tried making anything out of clay?
I did when the boys were little.
Yeah.
And it just dries up and cracks and falls apart. So, oops, that was not the right thing.
Ugh. I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is one of my all-time favorites. Love me some Winnie the Pooh. About a year ago, I got a chance to go to Disneyland with a dear friend of mine that I've known for a very long time. And I bought us the backpacks. The Loungefly backpacks. And mine is Winnie the Pooh and hers was Mickey Mouse because she likes Mickey. So, what's your favorite paper?
Be creative. Watercolor paper.
I did see a Winnie the Pooh fountain pen. I was not able to acquire it before it was sold out. That was very disappointing. Let's see. I have to design a futuristic lunchbox. Any ideas?
No.
Anything but square or rectangular. Those are so boring. Do something else. My favorite trip. You know what? I love going to Disney World with Scott, and I like sitting in the little Paris area with him, and I love when he sketches and I journal. That is my favorite thing to do. I mean, I like doing that wherever we go, but that's my favorite thing. If I have to pick a place, just because I love Disney. So there's that. I did not know there's a Jane Austen Funko Pop. Gail, you're killing me, girl. Well, now I got to go look that up. Do either of you watch video essays? If so, do y'all have any recommendations? What's a video essay?
Never heard of that.
Yeah. Opinion on D&D.
I haven't played it since 1981, but it was fun when I played it.
Yeah. Hello from Denmark. See, I like that idea. Triangular lunchbox. Yeah.
Okay. I messed up a few little spots, but okay. Well,
right.
Thank you all for hanging out with
thanks
us.
for being here.
I have no idea what this is going to wind up looking like, if I wind up doing the background over or not. But
Here we go
I
again.
definitely need to re-ink a lot of this.
Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for
Maybe I'll
hanging-
grab my journal and come down this weekend and you can re-ink while I journal.
Yeah. Thank you again to
Skillshare, yeah, for sponsoring. And I really love the idea of Bethany's idea of taking the photography class so you guys can do your own photo reference. I love that idea. Scott did a long video about everything he knows about gouache. And start there. That's literally everything he knows about gouache. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend.